I'd like to announce to you guys tonight we're doing our first telepresence via internet, so people are going to be at home watching this. We have about 30 guests signed up that are at the house with prepared. Well, it's not prepared yet. They're going to prepare it at home. So we're going to be able to answer questions both via internet and also here tonight. So if you have questions, just let us know. Just to let you know that what's going on with all the cameras. I'm bending over here a little bit so they can see me if you guys are at home. We should be on in about 15 minutes. So, all right. Thank you.
Buonasera. Siamo tutti pronti per una bellissima serata a Roma. Do I say anything better? That's the way I came in this country, talking to myself, coming back, stroke. Either way, I want to talk first to our audience over there on the web, because they don't know what we're doing. So the first thing I want to tell them, good evening to you too. And first thing to do is just turn the oven on, get the fire going, and a glass of wine on your side, because you never know what happened. And beside that, you already have a spaghetti squash, already half of it. The only to do is to start that, because it takes about 20 minutes in the oven at 350, 325, 350. After you baste it with a little oil, salt and pepper, and a little garlic if you like. Garlic is always good for for bugs and perfume in the morning. So as with that, we're going to start to do a little menu tonight, which I'll bring you back a little bit on my corners of Rome. So we're more happy to also answer your questions, and thank you for coming. All you coming, and the wine is plenty. The music, I don't know. I might sing a little. It just, it's in the morning is always like that. So we'll start shortly, and thank you very much again. Okay, we're gonna start tonight with a little appetizer that we're going to start with crostini. Crostini, it's Italian breads. Italian breads, we slice in a little medallion, put them on a sheet pan with a little butter, and we toast it, and we put them aside. At the same time, we're going to start with the mash. Okay, let's see if this one will. There we are. Okay, so now with this, it's very simple. What I'm trying to always teach my people, my friends, is not to be, the way as I have guests, but I don't know what to do. Call me. Simple. We have wine. I'll come help you. So, but the crostini is the simple thing to do. We have a multitude of appetizer that we can prepare in a matter of minutes. So this one, it's very simple, because it has a basic of onion, garlic, red bell pepper, so I give a little zest, some prosciutto. The prosciutto gives a little perfume and a little salty base. Then we have mushroom, garlic. Garlic in the morning is good. No bugs coming over, and then the only problem, you're going to find no girlfriends, because stay away. And a little butter. So very, very easy to do. And what we do, we start with a little butter on the skillet. And this is all pre-packed already for our viewer. So that's why it's already cut in a small section. Okay, so you know what we have here, a little pepper, you know what I mean, mushroom. So make sure I'm start working and no wine. Whatever. The tank is getting low already. I'm like a Ferrari, you know what I mean? But without gas, I don't go nowhere. So as you see, the oil is already, So what we do, we put a little onion, a little pepper, and a little garlic, and we start with a little dicing. Add it up. Garlic, a lot of people chop it so fine that it's almost disappearing, and that's the bad thing to do. But I just squash a little bit and just give me a few chop. Nothing too elaborated, because we don't want it to burn. Same thing we're going to do with the pepper. With the pepper, we're going to daddle. It's very small. And after this, we're going to saute very gently, very quickly. And after that, we're going to put the prosciutto. Because if we put the prosciutto right away, the prosciutto will stringent and lose all the balanced flavor to it. So we got a little prosciutto here. We got our mushroom. You know, mushroom, they dissolve very easy, very quick. And then we have our little spices here, okay? So first thing we do, we okay. The same time we make sure that we're going to just sweat the ingredients, you know, because also we don't want to overcook it. Otherwise, what happened? The garlic will turn brown, and once it turns brown, it's gonna get bitter, and we don't want that, right, sir? Okay, and we are. The second thing, I'm sorry, we put a little bit of this. Time for a little bit of oregano, just a pinch of oregano. A little pepper, black pepper. Now, also the things is, if it's too dry, we can always add a little bit more butter, because the butter, what it does, it just give it a little bit, but don't overdo it, because we're trying to always keep the natural juices, because as this are cooking, we're gonna just put just a hint of breadcrumbs. Why breadcrumbs? Because breadcrumbs absorb the juices, you know, so we don't gonna have something loose. And beside that, also the butter. Then we have a little bit of Romano cheese. We put it back on the fire. And you see it, you know, it become like a little mix, moist, but it's not finished, because once we are finished with this, we're going to arrange it over the crostini that just come out of the oven, and after that we're going to top it with some fresh shredded mozzarella cheese, and we'll put it back in the oven just for a second or two. Okay. Yep. I'll be right back with you. There is the crostini that had to go in the oven for a minute. Okay. Yeah, and then they come up with, and then we come up with, we place them on the plate. Needs a little plate. Okay. Okay, we put that in the oven. After we take in a composition, and we can pipe it. And then we put a little mozzarella cheese on top, and we put it back in the oven for 3 or 4 minutes, just to let the cheese melt and get it heated, you know, and then a little bit of Parmesan cheese on top, and we go with the first glass of wine. To your health. Salute. Salute a tutti. By the way, this young gentleman over here, not young anymore, is my son Eddie, and today is his birthday. So, and you know, it's kind of hard to think, you he's getting old. You know what I mean? What about? I said when I reach 50, I stop there. Whoop, I don't want to grow older anymore. I got it. I got enough time. As my grandfather said, when you reach 100, start again. And it was not bad. He was 101. So, okay.
Just to let you know, on these videos that we're recording, they'll be on YouTube live. So you can go back and there'll be the cooking demonstrations right there. So you really don't have to take notes. So it's right there in your home if you want it.
See, I don't know that. I don't. Okay. Anyway, yes, the salad. The crostini coming right up, sir. They're already in the oven, warming up and getting all set. Thank you. They always get nervous. You see what I'm saying? Okay. So, yeah. But no, I already told them what. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
What temperature is the oven with the
325. Usually that's a standard, elegant. A lot of things that we prepare is only if you do pastry, then you had to stay down on a 220 to 75 max. There's certain pastry or certain cookie like the brownie, or they needs a little more temperature because you want them to stay moist. It's also time. We just make sure that you read the instruction because in pastries primarily is the volume of the quantity or the products you use against time. So if this don't connect, there's no a good oh good, you see, to a person, two. Okay. As the starting with bringing out your little crostini. Does anybody know what is this? Nice, isn't it? I love fennel. But anyway, fennel, it's, what's fennel good for you? Do anybody knows? Do anybody buys fennel? No. If I tell you how good this thing is, you're going to be addicted. Okay, let me tell you. Fennel is good for about 3 or 4 things. It's good for asthma. It's good for if you have stress. It's good for settle your stomach because what it has is as an enzyme that it kill the gastric acid. So that's very good for you. And most of all, also has a nice little flavor to it. My favorite to do it is in summertime. I prepare always with sun-dried olives and orange wedges, little orange juice, little olive oil, salt and pepper, and julienne of fennel. Delicious. And tonight we're going to put in our salad, so you have a little hint of what we're doing. Okay. So the raspberry sauce. One thing that always I had to I'm going to introduce how to do it, but the best way, if you're home you have a RoboCoupe or KitchenAid or the burning sticks, the burn mixer, you pump it up. That's it easier because raspberry is fresh. I like to use. There always a lot of seeds, so you can blend as long as you want. They always have the little between your teeth. So after we make it, we strain it, and we distress with a little olive oil and spices. So very simple but very elegant. Also you can put a little champagne if you like, and it gives a little bubbling into it, so it makes a very elegant salad. And I'm going to show you in 1 second, so I want to make sure that everybody's getting on the same. Did anybody home have any problem? Just I wish I can fly, but only at night when I sleep. I always go someplace. Very good. How's the crostini? Isn't it funny, you know? But we do a lot of variety of, you know, appetizer, okay? I want to get it. Yeah, oh. But what? For people at home, that we're going to do the spaghetti squash as to make sure that they know what they're doing. What we're doing, we pop the little stem off by plunging and pushing with the back of the knife out. So this is out, and then make sure that you know how to use. Always use the end of the blade, because without put your hands over, you know, and just make a cut, and then you're going down and cut him in half. And then what we do with the spoon, we completely deshell the center. You can save the seeds if you like. You can roast them, so everybody knows. Another thing, what the seeds are good for you. You shaking hand. What then? Do anybody knows what the seeds are good for you? We have two seeds in the matter of shelling. We call it, you know, that's from the spaghetti squash or the squash of, and also we have the sunflower seeds. Sunflower seeds, they also have a benefit that's even above this. Now if you toast it and you deshell it, means getting only the seeds out. You can let it dry out completely and then put them in a food processor and pulverize it. It's if somebody has an insomnia, you take 2 spoons of this powder, dilute in a little of warm milk, guarantee falling asleep like a baby. You call me in the morning and send me $1. Okay. After we deshell this, the funny thing is why they call it spaghetti squash, isn't it nice? After we take all the seeds out, put a little olive oil or butter if you prefer, a little bit of garlic, salt and pepper, and then when you hands, you just make sure that you cover all seeds. And then when you put it down, face down into the sheet pan, we put a little bit of oil so it doesn't crack on you, or just keep it moist. It takes about 20-25 minutes. So that's what I mean. That's one of the first things we do, and we leave it on the side. So when we're ready to prepare with an entree or with something else we're going to do, it's going to be ready to go. After 20 minutes, we take a fork and we scoop it and we fluff it up, and that's what becomes spaghetti. So what we do, we take the spaghetti and we twirl, and we put it in the center of the plate. And tonight we're going to have a little surprise with it. Okay? Thank you. Here, you can put them on top over here. And then I put this back upside down. Right. Yep. Why this doesn't work? Oh, that's why it doesn't work. Okay. Okay. of lettuce, baby lettuce. So usually what we use is in a bowl. As I said, we have raspberry. Raspberry, very hard to to put together, but the best thing I can show you is as we're going to put them in a bowl with the fork, we're going to measure. We'll find. Then we have olive oil. The olive oil we're using for salad, we use extra virgin. We add olive oil. If any other chef, he's always pushing and to tell you to use extra virgin. I will not use extra virgin olive oil for sauteing. It's like open the door and throw money out. That's my opinion, because and besides that, it's much more expensive. So even just an 100% olive oil, or a blend, which you can find blends, a little vegetable, a little olive oil blend, is good. And for sauteing or for cooking, it's the best thing to do. But for a salad, we like to have natural flavor to it. Okay, so we squash it very, very heavy, and then we had the olive oil by whisking until it comes emulsified. Once that is done, we're going to put salt, our pepper. No salt. Why no salt? Evidently, there's also in the raspberry, they're very high in sodium. What I mean, there is a natural salt in there. So what we do, in my cuisine, if you see the majority of my cooking has 0 salt added. My marinara sauce is the lowest in the country. We beat in a country, not just in Missouri, because we every fall we pick up our tomato, and we have a chemical balance. Just want to know how much sugar or acidity is in a tomato, and we pick certain tomato, and we live in naturally as they are. How much sodium is in there? That's what is this. 95%, 95 milligram per 100. So the lowest in the country. You go into the store and you can turn all your jar. The closest to us is 280 and up. Okay, so if you're conscious of what we're eating, we need only 2,000 milligram per day. You having a salad, you having a pasta, you having an entree, and whatever else, a glass of wine. That's when I say, oh, I got high blood pressure. I wonder. Okay, so, but then we're using tangerine segment, or you can use oranges, and also we have a sun-dried olive, which you'll taste is a Greek olive. There is oil cure, but before they cure, they lay them in the sun. That's what they call sun-dry, and then they let it cure in oil, and they're delicious. So after that, we top it with the julienne, of fennel. How we doing with fennel? Fennel has a lot of rings, like an onion. So what we do, you're trying to cut it to as thin as you can. Anytime you use a knife, you got the fat part and the skinny part. Fat part always work because I curve my knuckle and I let the blade slide over the knuckle, because if I do it here, I have more chances to chop my finger off. I like to cut my fingernail in the morning, but you know what I mean, without any problem. So always, fold your knuckles and have a little fun. Pay attention to what we're doing, and we're going for it. And then after that, we sprinkle it with a little Romano cheese. The salad top it with variety of flavor. This is little anisey. This has a little salty but yet very pleasant, bitter taste, very pleasant. But then we put the tangerine that give it a little kick of a sugar taste, a little sweet taste. So it's a nice blend. The raspberry has no salt, is natural salt. When you eat it, it's with good lettuce. You have a delightful dinner. So we're gonna bring the salad out for you. Okay, ready. We're going to try to, now that we're going to have more of this section, we have in a kitchen build up, portable kitchen. It's going to be with fire. We're going to have more equipment, more utensil, which so to do a little more elaborated. So then we're going to start introduce you also to do cooking classes for pastry only. And we're gonna do. I'd like to do in section, with a seafood night, to show, how easy and how delicious it is. Um, but either way, if there's any question that we can add it to your cooking habit, you can call me anytime. Okay.
Hope everybody enjoys their salad. I'm just going to let the viewers at home know we'll be right back with the next course.
Okay. Testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. It is. Vecchia Roma sotto la luna non canti più. Le stornelli, le serenate di gioventù. Does anybody want to roam? Isn't it beautiful?
Beautiful, love it.
And it has very romantic. Okay. So, and I'm here, but my heart is always there for some reason. Okay. We're going to continue with fettuccine with crab meat. We have, this is, you can buy crab on a lower, cost if you're using snow crab, and it comes already deshelled, so you don't really have to do too much to it. You see, a little bit smaller than a king crab, which we love, and it is also a very easy recipe to prepare. So over here we have onions. Coming back into, if you check, and you can over check too, I'm using specific, herbs and spices and vegetable, because knowing the content of sodium. There's very little sodium in onion, but onion is sweet. There's a lot of sodium in the peppers, so I don't going to do it. I don't going to put no salt. There is sodium in the parsley. How many people eat parsley? Very good. Parsley is the richest herb on earth. Has so many property into health. They will commit to you good health. I put that in the morning, my juicing. In the morning, I use my apple, my celery, my carrots. Once in a while, not all the time, either way, I kill somebody in the morning. Garlic and parsley. So the apple, what apple is good for you? Good for your intestine. It just makes sure that your intestines operate properly. Celery, make your kidney smile because help to pass all the sodium. Carrots, so I can see you better. Don't hide from me. Okay. And parsley, what it does, parsley also give a very healthy, very content to your skin, make your skin stronger. So beside other things, and also it's an antiseptic for your blood. Okay. So as you see, I always like to check what I'm eating, not for what is just my preference, but what is good for you. So, and then this way, you're going to find a good guy to going to say, she's going to take care of me properly. Okay. So we start the sauce with the little onion. A little garlic. We put them on the side for now because I want to make sure you saute this. Yet again, some pepper. I love peppers if they're used in a proper way. I'm going to put just a little bit butter. You can start with olive oil if you like. Okay, see, I fix it. Okay. Now this is one of my recipe, but I used to prepare this at the Ritz-Carlton in St. Louis many times. And just people like to always something different than any other restaurant. So one of the restaurants I opened up at the Ritz, it was only for pasta. and we have every week we have 15 different pasta. So, and then we get back into our computer and check what is the most favorable pasta. So they always want this because it's a flavor. It has a little bit of fats because you got a little butter, then we have just a little bit of cream, but there's no salt. All the salts also, there's salt in the crab. So, but people loved it because it's very elegant, very very prestige. So with this, I raised the price. You want it? You get it. All right. Okay. So now, the same time I'm doing this, I got water boiling in the back, and as soon as they boil, we throw the fettuccine and we lose it in just a little bit salt water. When we cook the pasta, all pasta, we put a little bit of salt because any pasta without salt, the water, you can make the best sauce. Pasta would taste like nothing because there's no. So, and also when we cook, we usually take a little bit of the water of the pasta to it. So there's way of. I love the smell. So now I add in the garlic. Over here I have some sherry wine. You can put, you can even put brandy if you like, or cognac. It's giving a little more kick. So, but sherry is softer, yet it gets a little bit sweet. Why? Because it takes some of the ocean or fishy taste out of the crab. Okay. So has this sauteing, and I'm also showing to our viewer. It's showing that it's just sweated off. You see the garlic already. As soon as it comes to a boil, now another trick is cream, milk, anything that has dairy. When you cook it, you have to make sure you bring it to a boil. Means when you start seeing really the old volume of the cream come to a boil. Do we know why? I don't either. No. Why? Because it's a saturated fat. That means it's also has a lot of enzyme. If you don't completely break the molecule, it might give you a little stomach ache. So today we always had to watch. We cannot trust a company that say, if we double check it, triple check. There's a problem every day with factory that they don't overdo what the FDA require and test it. So see, now it's coming to a complete boil. Now we get a little bit pepper. We have our parsley. I can turn this off because this is already cooked. So you don't really have to do. We chop our parsley real thin. Now we throw and we swirl. Now we're taking the pasta. We put it right direct from the pasta water, right direct to the skillet. And once it's done, a little Parmesan cheese, and we're ready to go. It's coming right out. I got the big pot there. Yes, sir.
What kind of butter are you using?
Butter
Salted and non-salted butter?
for cooking, salted. You can for pastry, unsalted. But because in every tablespoon of butter, the salt contents are probably 0.405, so it's very low. It just to give a hint of salt. There is not salt, but yes.
You also mentioned you can mix olive oil or butter.
Mm-hmm.
You prefer to use butter?
No, I use oil. In this case, because I put cream, I use butter. I can saute with a little oil, but I want to make sure there's very small hint of oil just to glaze the ingredients so they sweat it out on medium heat. You don't want a high heat. Once that, and then I throw the butter, let the butter melt, then I throw my cream, make the cream come to a boil, then has my pepper and my parsley. It's simple. I put the sherry and let the sherry reduce a little bit. So because the little alcohol that you have in it, it'll dissipate, almost immediately. Then you put your cream. But the pasta, it takes only 3 minutes to cook. So the water is boiling. The pasta goes in. I'm doing my sauce. Once the pasta is ready, the sauce is ready, just go right to it. A lot of people, take it out, cool it off, come back up. Pasta, if you do that in Italy, they'll send you back home one way. Okay, so it's it, for us, pasta is a myth for people. Don't cut your pasta, you're gonna cut your finger. I mean, don't. A lot of people you see in a lot of restaurants, and they butcher the pasta, they cut it up. It's just simple how to twirl, a little pasta, 2 or 3 fingers at a time. You just put at the corner of the plate, and you twirl, and it's come a little bubble, and oh, yes, ma'am.
I was just curious, what kind of onions are you using?
You can use any kind of onions. Red onion, we use a lot of red onion here for salads. Red onion is a little milder. If you use a white onions like a Vidalia, which are sweet, they're more intense, a lot of tears. You know what I mean? So the red onion has a little softer, and then beside that you can see color, and color is a part of the recipes. You like to see red, white, and green. Yay, Italia. See where? Yes, ma'am.
So should you rinse your pasta or
No,
not? Did you hear it?
no.
Yes, just always put right in your sauce.
Because also the pasta, don't forget, as it cooks, it takes some of the salt water, that you're cooking, and you put them right here, and all of a sudden, a gray sauce tossing it, the pasta has a flavor in itself. Just give it a couple of seconds to absorb, you're done. You know what I mean? Mm. Yes, ma'am.
One other question, when you refer to cream, what kind of cream? I don't have it yet. Where I live, we don't have access.
You can even put 2% if you want to, because then to make a little thicker or a little more creamy, you put a little extra Parmesan when you toss it. Okay, when you know what I mean. In anybody say, oh yeah, I don't want to put a full blown heavy cream, because then there is a little more fat, and there's but God is good. You know what I mean? But you don't do that every day. You know what I'm saying? We probably once or twice a week max. You know. Yeah, what difference does it make? We get fat once. Oh no. Okay, ready? Get the plates. Yeah, get the plates here. Yeah. Oh my God! By the way, this is my adopted son, Alfredo. Alfredo been with us since we opened. I fired him 3 times, but he come back from the window. No, is one of my good companion. He learned very hard. Thank you. And thank you. Eddie, any tongs? Okay, we need somebody to serve. Come on. Okay. Okay. And we are. It's a nice, creamy. I don't know if I want to share it. Make sure, hey, make sure that we put cheese on it. Okay, girl, let's not talking. Come on. Oh. Cheese and let's serve. And this is basil. Yeah. Yeah. You know, just parsley and cheese. Yeah. Thank you. Go like this. Huh? I hate this. This is a salad. Yeah, this is a salad. Huh? That's all right. No. It's ridiculous. Matt, I need more dishes. Oh, this is dirty. How many more plates? Don't tell me that we don't got enough. We need 6. Turn that thing off.
Or the steak? Do you want that? Are you gonna plate
I'll
that?
take care. Yeah, I'll take care. Yeah, we can do that too. But wait, I'll show you what to do. We don't. Any question? I like the sound. So how's the fettuccine? You think it's going to be easy for you guys to mingle and make some money at home? Invite your friends? Uh-huh. Okay. I want to talk to our viewer a little bit. I will be back in a couple minutes. I'm going to make a nice little sauce dressing for our next entree. So don't go away. Keep the burner going. I'll see you in a minute. A glass of wine? Always. Oh, somebody stole my wine. You see? Told you I'm getting blind already. No. Any question? We're going to have Valentine's coming, huh? So I got plenty hugs for anybody. Yes. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well, I mean, we make everything here. We don't make any money, but we make everything here. Yes, sir.
How much fun did you have with Guy Fieri?
He was nuts. But I'm right behind him. Yeah, it was a lot of fun to work with because he was very open, very what do you say, very energetic, So when I felt that kind of electricity, so whoop, I jumped right on it. And he said, "Oh my goodness, are you like this all the time?" I said, "Well, if you're gonna move in with me, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have a party." Good. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Miss me? Nice. Okay. For the next one, I'm going to teach you how to cook without fire. It be possible. I don't know, but we'll try. Okay. The trick is, have already cooked. No. The trick is have the skillet really hot because in this dish we're going to prepare a filet mignon, medallion. Gil, give me some gloves, would you please? We're going to use eggplant, a little prosciutto, I had a couple of eggplant already sliced, but anyway. Then we're going to have pepper, cheese, a little olive oil, a little butter. And we have salt and pepper because we're going to gloves. Okay. Because we have in the first thing we do, we're gonna spice the put a little oil, just a little bit, to coat the pan. And you see, as soon as that starts singing, start sizzling, so they're ready. And I'm gonna make sure they get brown on both sides. Then I'll put them aside. Then I'm gonna start doing with the beef, and then with the prosciutto, and then so I'll do everything in there, but turning the fire off. She don't believe me. She goes like this. Okay, I'll try. The only thing, at home you have much more power. These things over here are more for camper. That's why we build in a kitchen, because you know what I mean. And eggplant, they are like a sponge. They are absorbing a lot of juice. So once the juice is out, you have to watch, but you can put it just a little bit more. Can you hear? Okay. Takes a little while on these things. I'm ready to pitch it. Okay. Where is it? Oh, here it is. You can see the smoke, a little bit of smoke. So now we turn it. You can see it gets little spots of searing. At the same time, put my gloves on. Now, Dr. Cupini. You know what's really my nickname is? Anybody know? Cupini. Udini. Okay. You see, they get, and then they get it nice and soft. Okay. At this time, I take a little prosciutto and I put a pretzel right on top of it. Okay. The prosciutto, I want to make sure that it gets a little bit warm. You don't want to even to cook so much, because I'll show you why. So now, fire off. Butter. Put a little butter. At the same time, a couple slices of beef tenderloin, and that way it's caramelizing. I'm putting this down. Little salt, little pepper. The beef will cook in 2 minutes. So what we do, as soon as we see the beef, just we turning it. You see right away, I was no flame. Okay. Now it's cooking on this side. Bring me a lemon. I got here a little bit of a sherry. Still no flame. We throw a little bit of lemon juice. Still no flame. You still see the, you know what I mean? So are we, at the same time, you see now the prosciutto is ready, is wilting. We put one on top, put the other one top, and we can put this on it or upside down so the prosciutto finish to cook with the bottom. When we're ready to serve, Parmesan cheese, ta-da! Okay, and we say no flame. Did I lie? Thank you very much. Okay, and we are, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, now next, anybody being good people? We've been very cheerful and loving, and said, thank God we wake up another day. Okay, and now we're gonna make a dessert that really gonna kick you. You know what I mean? Okay, so we're gonna. This pastry we started in the Grand Hotel in Rome. It was my first job, but anyway, and the pastry chef was really very nice to me. So, and this called, you know, strawberry in carrozza, means in the carriage, because we put a tart shell, but we put chocolate in it, melted chocolate, which we are going to show you. The only thing is very hard to do with the crème anglaise or the crème en pâtissier, but I'm going to do it to mock it without doing all the cooking. You know how to make the crème of vanilla cream is you have the butter and the cream and the eggs and vanilla, you know what I mean? I'm going to do it quick, cold. You know it's going to cost you now. Okay. And it's easy and it's delicious, okay? So, and we're going to do it over here, but I already have few in the back ready to go. You want to learn? Uh-huh. Oh my goodness. We're gonna have fun tonight. Alrighty. Let me tell the boy to be right back. Don't move. Have another. Okay. To your health. Oh, yes, ma'am.
I'm just curious. So many people use cast iron pots and pans now to cook.
Way south. No?
Where I live, so it's
In France they do too. But there's two things. You have to be very careful with the cast iron. What you say is not the cast iron. It's a blend of three metals. But the cast iron, if it's not properly maintained, After you cook, you wash it and then you dribble with a little oil and 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 keep it up. Once they get dry, then the corn starts sweating naturally, and you have, you contain a lot of metal taste. Okay, so my cast iron is good if you want to cook some southern cooking or some searing, steak searing, seafood, nice whole fish, and the cast iron, and just, that's fine. But I'm not too fun because it smokes a lot. It just, again, what I mean? And beside that, it has the metal itself is in time. Don't leave anything on it overnight, especially because you poisoned yourself. hmm They don't tell you, but that's the truth. Okay, let's go. It's already cooked. Talking about Guy Fieri. You know what he called this thing? An old lady. You know what I told him? No, just a lot of mileage. Yeah, this thing, I don't know. I think 35 years. 35 years. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'm melting some chocolate. Now, you know, this is the tarts. You can buy tarts already at the store. They have sweet tarts or salty tarts, but sweet tarts are easy. So what we do, we melt a little bit of the chocolate. Usually I put them in a double boiler and make sure that it melts naturally, or you can put them in a microwave, but don't overcook it, because once you overcook it, then it gets a little bitter. So best thing to do it in a double boiler, just swirling, just switching. Over here we have a little vanilla. Here that you can buy at the store. This is gelatin, flavored gelatin. So why I use this? Because in this one there's no sugar. So I put ricotta, I put the vanilla. Vanilla's got a lot of flavor. Then I put a zest of lemon and cream. Once I whip all this is whipping cream, okay? Once I whip this in the cold, this gelatin is made to tie it up, to come soft and fluffy. Then we put them in the refrigerator and completely solidify. It comes like pudding almost, like very soft. So it's a quick bite, it's a quick way of doing it without spending about 35-40 minutes on the stove. Just piece of melting the butter, put the flour, put the hot milk, put the eggs, put the vanilla, put it on. I'm tired, I want to go. You know what I mean? So you don't want to do that, but that's easy. And don't say it's the way of we doing it in Italy, but or in prestigious hotels that but even then, even now they're turning, because they're trying to cut corner, but they want to keep the quality. So the quality is, make sure you're using good cream, good quality vanilla. You can buy the bean and just scrape the beans, but there is liquid vanilla, pure vanilla, which is expensive, but that's what it's all about. And this also, you can add a little marsala wine if you like to. You can add a little rum if you want to. So you can flavor any way you want it. So at the end of the night, kisses become much easier. You know what I mean? Okay, so we can start doing this for you. I put the ingredient here. The chocolate is melting on the back. Okay. So and I put the cream right to it. And my old lady here is doing it later. Make sure that the cream is cold, because then when you put your hands on the bowl, you can feel it. It's not right from the cooler. Oh yeah? Everybody's getting deaf? Oh yeah? Okay. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna back up. I gotta talk to you. Handshake. So now mounting, I had the ricotta cheese. Ricotta, ricotta gives a little body to it, because now we got whipping cream and we got, the gelatin. The gelatin with the cold milk, it tends to tie it up a little bit. I put a little bit of ricotta. Ricotta gives a little body to it, has a little more cream to it, more buttery taste to it. Okay, so I had a little of this. Now my vanilla. And now we're gonna put a little bit of the zest of a lemon. Nice, huh? Smells so good. Really it is. So send it right in. It just okay. Okay.
It's about when you're caramelizing before
The butter.
butter.
Okay. See, and now it comes nice little. Now, as you put this in a cooler, as you blend in this, you can put a little marsala. You can put any flavor you like to. So the trick is almost done. The next step, we're taking our chocolate. Let me get the melted chocolate, okay? Oh my goodness, yeah.
Yeah?
Not really.
How do you want it best?
Watch. As you blend in this, you go with the points out.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You go all around and one on the center. Okay. Yeah. Can I have? No, not the chocolate on top. It's the glaze.
The glaze
Yeah,
goes down in the strawberry, right?
Yeah, no, the strawberry first and then the glaze. That's all right.
Sorry. Make sure you show the bowl. Okay.
I did.
So the TV can't see it. Make sure you
Okay.
really good. Any question about caramelizing?
Okay. Okay. I'm back. As you see, I put them in a bowl. I'm melting the butter. Shh. Very quietly, melting the butter in a double boiler called bain marie. And once it's done, I'm going to put just a little drip in the center. And then I want to show them too. And then I swish around to cover up the whole thing. You know what I mean? Then we take in, we can pipe it, or we can put this on it, and we smooth it out all the way around. So it just, usually when you pipe it, it makes it much easier. It become very, very uniform. Same time, we're taking our strawberry, and we arrange it. Completely on around the tart. Usually, two strawberry can fill it. Oops, I put two in the center. Okay, so after this, we have the raspberry syrup, which we take the raspberry and we centrifuge with a blender with light, and we put just a touch of water, and then we take the seeds out. This is all sugar, but when this is done, I want it a little bit softer. We can turn this on the top. And believe me, here they come. Now, there was one of our guests that was asking about caramelize the butter. Caramelization of the butter is between the raw system of the butter melted or scorching, and when they come to a golden color, to create a lot of more sweet taste, because what it does, it just is caramelizing the fat cell of the butter, and it become a little the caramelization give a little more sweeter taste, and then create a little touch into the sauce once we had a little alcohol, and once the alcohol will dissipate with and the caramelization of the butter, it comes sweet and perfumey, and that's what our contents want, because in this case we put them over beef, and beef has a little tart taste because it's bloody. And then we put the eggplant. The eggplant is a spongy but almost cottony texture. So once we put the butter and the cheese on it, caramelized butter and the cheese on it, it all blends. It all makes it come together. So what we always trying to do, we're trying to create a uniform taste. In my palates, I always taste. If I mention a spice, boop, it comes right to my mind, and I can tell. So usually, in time, I know I have the feeling what to put in or what not to because of my taste. But there's so many and travel so many years. I see people that just all of a sudden putting multitude of spices just to create so-called recipe. My goodness, I don't know which way we're going, because especially if we go down in the south, they're doing the dry rub for the barbecue. Beep, beep. What we eating? I don't know. I just I wanna eat nature. And besides, not to mention it, but we did some research on some of the question, because I'm an advocate about sodium. We know, Kansas City is prime for, and famous for barbecue. But unfortunately, is what they put on it to smoke it. Even smoking the meat is a carcinogenesis, because the wood itself that got the sticky stuff that it merge into the meat. That's carcinogenesis. That's what it is, a carbon monoxide. By beyond that, when they wrap it, they put so many different spices. I mean, the because they cook in the meat for 10, 12 hours. So the blood had to, come out. They had to moisten it out, and then retake all these juices and all this flavor. In one sandwich, pork sandwich, barbecue, what do you call it, bits and pieces, whatever that is, there's 1,400 milligrams of sodium. 1,400. You better go home and take a nap. Because after that, what else are you going to eat? You better eat a fruit or, or, something. But they don't tell you. So with that, then what will you give you? They give you a nice, really fatty, salty French fry. And you, whoop, okay. Call the doctor in the morning, and he's going to say, if he knows where you go the night before, he said, don't call me, I'm too busy. See, I'm it's very hard to, who love you more than yourself? That's my point. You got to take care of yourself, because then you can make somebody else happy with your health and vitality and energy and, go get it, I mean, I'm only 45, but I'm still going strong. But really, I love this little joke. I've been in this business, I don't want to say too much, but I never supposed to be a chef. I was an industrial engineer in Italy, and come to visit my brother. But in the summertime, I always used to go and work as a waiter into different restaurants, make more money, as all kids should do. But anyway, but then I came in this country to help my brother open up a restaurant, and I want to stay, but they were not recognize my diploma in engineering, so I have to go back. And but in Italy, I already have my degree also in culinary art, because I went to hotel school for 2 years in the summer. So during the winter, I used to go regular school. In the summer, I used to go to because I want to travel, and I travel aboard a ship. I traveled to Europe, many way. But then I was fortunate to go back to Rome and work for the president of Italy. So they were a clique to be avid of knowledge. And knowledge is what make you successful. It's not, what you can do, because you have to learn what's in it. If we don't know what's in it, it doesn't matter what. Anybody can pick up a book, and but half of the time, they make it so complicated. Go, specific spices, only in India you can find, you know what I mean? So, but it's to educate ourselves, to make ourselves healthy, and we can transport that to our kids and our grandkids. Like, my son, in himself now, when he go places, he understands, don't go over there, because that's the first person he calls, and even my grandson, he has such a way of detecting, then unnatural, when you see a kid, eating, raw products, explaining, like the fennel, what it does for him. He loves it. Nipping him because he understood. Go ahead. By the way, this is Gail. This other goofball that's always chasing her, it's Matt. Matt is also being abducted by what do you call it? By the grace of God, because he was going to another planet. He fall in love, and then he understand that we're better family. But no, he's been with us for quite a while. And Benaz, it's a girl that they've been adopted in this country. She's from Iran, but she is the sweetest girl. She is always smile, always ready to. So we're here at Cupini. We're trying not to be just a proprietor, employer. We want to be family. So on Sunday, I want them to come over. I cook breakfast for everybody. We get crazy. We talk about good and bad, and so that's what it is. Any question? My brother is my brother. He's my brother. My best friend. Any question? Now let's taste this dessert, and let's hope that we can. If you need any assistance, you can call the restaurants and ask for me. And pretty soon, also we have to remember that we have Valentine's Day coming, and what's going to be? It's going to be also another exciting experience. Thank you very much. Thank you to all my viewers, and hopefully we're going to see you soon. And if there's any suggestion, send me a pigeon. I'll eat it after that. Okay. Thank you. My pleasure. Thank you. How was it? Awesome. Ooh. Yeah, it was good. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. I caught you. Mm-hmm. That's okay. I like the sound though. Good. How you like that? Enjoy it?
Yeah.
Isn't it fun? It's easy to prepare. So next time when you invite me home, I'll want to make sure that you're gonna. Okay. Thank you. Okay. I'll bring the wine if you want to cook.
Okay, perfect. I need help.
No, really? Well, we all do. I
French
still.
licking from you because he sent us.
I'm sorry.
French licking.
Oh wow.
He
Yeah,
loves you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, it's old friends, and
Yeah.
you know, we do a lot for each other. You know, as we do a lot for the university,
Yes.
they do a lot for us too. So
Delicious.
it is
Mm-hmm.
easy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it quick?
Make it look easy.
Not too
Yeah.
bad.
Not too bad. Yeah, for an apprentice.
Very good.
So things like that, it makes a little, nice.
Food is like I feel like everything's whole food, like good natural food
Well,
without a bunch of in it.
the simple, the better. When
Exactly.
when you choose, items for your dinner, usually I cook, for myself, on weekend because all week I'm here. But even so, I just if I did, whatever I choose, I want something that it's easy, simple. Therefore, I don't want to spend half an hour, 45 minutes. So I want to make sure that the time I go shopping, go back home, take my shoes off, put a pot of water up, whatever, but in 10 minutes, sometime even earlier than that, sooner than that, I can, and have or beef or chicken or seafood or pasta, no more than 10 minutes, I'm
What
done.
do you usually make for yourself?
For myself, pasta is my preference, but I don't eat pasta every day, because it's also I'm borderline diabetic. So when you have that, you have to check, your sugar, But I'm still skipping, because on weekend I'm home. I want to relax. If I want some pasta, I put pasta with clams or pasta with with porcini mushroom, simple pasta, just with my plain tomato and fresh basil and what I mean, and probably I throw a little sausage diced over, easy and so because once the water boil, I can start making a sauce. The pasta cooks in between 8 and 10 minutes, 12 minutes, depends on the type of pasta you put in. But That's it. So I can watch my game. I can have a glass of wine. I can have some friends, and so, and I like to not just to eat my one items. A little salad, and then always have dessert. But the dessert, I do it with fresh fruits. You know, I blanch a pear and I make a little with a little ice cream and glaze over. But altogether had to be in my span time of 15 minutes because if you're watching football, they got 15 minutes, 20 minutes in there. So I don't want to go over that. I want to watch my game.
I have a question, line one for you, from an audience member that's out there in the couple days.
Okay.
So open the door and get on line one, and I'll turn the camera on.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, may I help you? I'm sorry. Say it again. Yes. With the spaghetti squash. With the spaghetti squash, as put it, you cook it as early as you want, and you put them aside because then what you do, as when you're ready to prepare your meats and your eggplant and prosciutto, then you scrape the spaghetti squash and you place a little in the middle of the platter and you put the meat on top and dribble the sauce over. Alrighty? Thank you. Thank you for viewing. Pleasure. Thank you. Call again
27th.
if you need anything.
So if you want to get involved with that now, you can sign up now before it'll book as well. And then also we do have Valentine's evening in here. It's a private event, and it'll be a full service in here. Usually at the deli next door, it's not table service, but in here that night, if you make a reservation, we will have a few tables left in here. So, okay, it's a 5-course meal. $60, $69. Comes with a bottle of wine.
A bottle of wine.
So pretty good deal.
And a smile for the chef. Okay. Any question? Oh, pleasure. This is your first time I see, but usually I take pictures of everybody mentally. You know what I mean?
I do have to say though, I think it's awesome that you have kept your mixer for as long as you have, and you didn't just go out and buy a new one because you could, but you kept it because it still works. I think
It
that's a
still
good
works.
thing.
Well, it's like a new old pair of shoes. You buy new shoes, but you always go with the old one because they're not comfortable. Isn't that true?
No, I think it's a good
Yeah.
thing.
But this have been, I think pay itself so many times, But just because it squeak a little bit,
Right.
I start singing with her and I forget about it. You know what I mean? Not good. Where you guys leave? Oh, Raytown. That's good. That's good. That's closer. Oh, that's right. Yeah, he was. Uh-oh, he's spoiling you. Oh, really? Can resist? Can't resist? Ooh. Yeah. Well, over here he's got open hands because Narissa's, and he's here and he's part of the family, but he's our pleasure, but good. Call. No, call. You're more than happy because more we get in touch with with the customer, more prone to come back and tell others, hey, you know what I mean. Before you start, so I'm doing this. I give you step by step and make it easy. Yeah, good. My good. Yes, we'll do. But thank you for coming. Hope to see you again. Okay. Thank you for coming. Okay. If there's anything, just give us a call. Actually, sometime you come during the week, and we'll show you the kitchen. We'll show you the pastas and
Bobby Flay walked in here right now. What meal would you make?
For him,
Yeah, well,
pasta.
like your best. Yeah, like your most.
He's you know he's really good. I like I like him because he's more into spices. Fresh spices, and that's what I like. And he's also quick into his if you come on. But I can beat him pants down with my pasta. I can
What kind of
make
pasta would you make?
for him. I make pasta that people will pay any price because pasta to me is it's an
So would
art.
you make like a seafood pasta?
A seafood pasta, yeah, but no, I would go with wild, mushroom with porcini and and chiodini and trumpet mushroom. Nobody knows whatever, but they have a lot of minty flavor to it. So when I do it, oh my goodness, I just annihilate anybody. Oh yeah, oh. Most certainly, most certainly. Yeah, we can go over there and tap it in front of whatever. Most certainly. Sure. Where you guys live?
We live in Overland Park.
Oh, good. Yes.
We came here for dinner one night with some friends, and it was amazing.
Good.
So
Thank you. Yes.
thank you,
Pleasure. My pleasure. My pleasure. Please come again. Okay. All right. See?
But
You want-
look who ate
You
there.
want? You want?
But guess what? I didn't nearly all the pasta.
She did.
Uh,
Yeah.
was the good crap. I don't.
Really
No
good
imitations.
pasta.
Good. Let me give you a box so you can.
I was going to ask you for a box. I think Chrissy wants a box.
I don't need a box.
Yeah, we should give you another one to keep.
Oh, Lord.
Let me see if I got another one.
do you want your recipes? Do you know what they are?
Huh?
Do you want your recipes? Or do you
Oh.
know what they are?
Are you kidding? Yeah. Do we use all the That's yeah.
I've got cream.
I got the cream in it.
You got the chocolate, strawberries. We don't have any strawberries.
No, no. It's for Nancy. And this is the no, this is the dressing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll find it. This is the dressing.
Yeah, I'm saving that.
Yeah.
Right, let's just go to that side camera, just a final good night, and I'm gonna cut the
Which
cast.
one?
The one over here.
Okay. Okay. I want to once again thank you for all my viewers to be so kind and to be patient and be with me, and hopefully we'll see you soon. If there's anything else I can do for you, please call the restaurant and be happy to have a glass of wine with you. Okay? Thank you again, and God bless you.